Hello, Fuse Nation. Welcome to another live Sports Fusion episode, the third one of today. My name is Alex Fuse. Thank you for watching this Sports Fusion episode. On the phone now, Mr. Schechter, who is a Bleacher Report reporter for the New England Patriots. So, Mr. Schechter, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great today. I'm excited to watch the Patriots play tonight against the Bears.
Yeah, and like you just mentioned, the Patriots are playing the Bears tonight. So, how do you think they are going to be doing tonight?
Well, I think that it's going to be a great test for us to see what Jimmy Garoppolo can bring tonight, second time through, really get some time out there to keep building up that connection and chemistry with all of the other guys out there. And there's a lot of guys who are banged up right now, so it gives the opportunity to see some of these other players who have the chance to now rise up on the depth chart. So that's what I'll be watching for.
So you just said banged up players. So who exactly will be playing tonight and who will not be playing tonight?
Well, the latest news is that Tom Brady is expected to not really be out there at all. Maybe a couple snaps, but probably nothing. So Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be taking over there. As for other guys that we'll be seeing, that we won't be seeing tonight, you won't see Gronk tonight. Malcolm Mitchell is going to be out too. Along the offensive line, Jonathan Cooper's still banged up. Donald Brown's banged up. Edelman's not going to be out there. So it gives us the chance to see guys like Chris Hogan, who missed the last game. Hopefully he can get in there. We can see a little bit of what he can do, as the Patriots honestly don't have too many healthy wide receivers right now. So I'll be really curious to see what happens there. We'll also be seeing guys like Brian Stork, who is right now losing his grasp on the center position. David Andrews is stepping in there. And then along the defensive line, we won't see Jabal Sheard. We won't see Ninkovich, who has those torn triceps. We probably won't even see Shea McClellan tonight. So that gives us a chance to see Trey Flowers, who is a very exciting guy who can slide in as one of those down the depth chart pass rushers, who would be an excellent addition to this team, who played last year, but second year, year two is where we like to see those big improvements.
One name you mentioned is Chris Hogan, and from what I've been seeing, he's been a star at the training camps, and I hope he does get to play tonight. And where do you see exactly Chris Hogan fitting into this 2016 Patriot team when Week 1 comes around?
Well, the good thing with Chris Hogan is that he's such a raw talent. He's got some length to him. He can line up inside. He can line up outside. He's very athletic. And the Patriots haven't really had a receiver who fits that mold entirely, with the likes of Julian Edelman, who I'm not calling not an athlete or anything, but Edelman's all about those sharp cuts, those moves like that. And while Edelman can work the outside, he's only 5'10". So Hogan provides that extra dimension for them. So I think you'll see his versatility come in quite a bit. And with Danny Amendola also banged up, and with his status for the start of the season up in question, you could see Hogan as the number 2 wide receiver out there, lining up all over the place, and he could get some good matchups because, as we all know, I mean, this combination of Gronk and Martellus Bennett is going to cause fits for defenses, and it's going to open up the opportunity for wide receivers. So a big guy like Chris Hogan, relative to the rest of the small receivers, he should be able to get some really good work this season.
So one guy you didn't mention was Dion Lewis. So where does Dion Lewis fit into this season, and do you think he'll be ready for Week 1? And if he isn't, who do you think will start?
Well, Dion Lewis still hasn't practiced yet. He's still on the PUP list. I think what we're going to see with Dion Lewis is, I think he'll be ready for Week 1. At the very worst, probably Week 2. He's already been out there prior to training camp, doing workouts and stuff. So I don't think there's a major injury concern, but you don't want to throw him in right away. So kind of bring him up to speed. And with that opens up this bizarre running back carousel that's been going on right now, where I would have said early on that, LeGarrette Blount probably might not have even made this team. And now we see, well, he might have a good shot at this, and now all of a sudden Tyler Gaffney steps in. Tyler Gaffney now has a shot to maybe overtake that power back role. And then with Dion Lewis, James White is kind of like the best poor man's Dion Lewis you could ask for. Dion Lewis is obviously great between the tackles. He can make those cuts. He can run the ball effectively. James White is still trying to find that ability to run. But as a receiver, James White is really good at getting open. He has really good hands. We saw him in the last game with his long touchdown catch, 50-something yards. So James White is a great backup to Dion Lewis. So if Dion's hurt and can't play right away, James White stepped in last year. He can do it again this year for a bit.
Okay. And let me ask you, do you think the Patriots will sign any of the free agents on defense before the end of this year?
I think that they definitely will sign someone.
Yeah.
The question becomes where, because it'll be injury related. I think that what we're seeing with this Patriots team right now is you're seeing one of the deepest 90-man rosters in recent memory, straight through the cornerbacks. I mean, all the way down to Crevon LeBlanc and Jonathan Jones. I mean, these are guys who can play on an NFL roster and probably give you some quality snaps out there. And so it's going to, like I said, it comes down to injuries at a position. And we've seen Ninkovich with the torn triceps right now, some issues like that. Could be the defensive line, could be linebacker because they are a little bit thinner there. You know, knock on wood, but you hope nothing happens to like Jamie Collins or Dante Hightower, like they were banged up a little bit during last season, and they're thinner at linebacker with not as many depth guys. So they'll sign someone. The question is where and where the injury occurs that causes them to do that. But otherwise, they are stacked.
So definitely. And like you just mentioned about Collins and Hightower, if you had to choose either between those two, who would you rather sign?
Oh, that's the $1 million question. I think I would have to say that I would go with Jamie Collins, and it's almost a coin flip because both these guys are elite linebackers. But Jamie Collins, his athleticism, the fact that he's come in even looking a little bit bigger this year, and he's still just as fast. He can do everything. He can, and Dante Hightower can do everything too. But Jamie Collins can cover some guys. He can rush very well. He's good between the tackles. He's kind of the total package linebacker, Swiss Army knife defensive player. And I think there's just a little more value there. So I would prioritize him a little bit.
Okay. And a last question here before we wrap up this interview. If you had the crystal ball, how many games do you think the Patriots can win in the first 4 games?
I'm a bit of an optimist here. I think I'd have to go with 3. I think that 4 is going to be tough because Arizona has a chip on their shoulder. They are one of the best rosters through and through. That game is prime time in Arizona. It's a tough one for the Patriots with Jimmy Garoppolo there. But 3 wins is not out of the question, and I'm not going to peg this up to Jimmy Garoppolo being the guy who's going to get it done. I think this defense is absolutely exceptional. They can be really special this year. Like, all of this pass rush is fantastic. The linebackers are great. The cornerback depth is amazing. The safety depth might be the best in the NFL if you look at from top to bottom. There's just so much talent on the defense that they're going to carry them to some wins early on, even if Jimmy G struggles with the offense a little bit. And as we see guys, gradually get back in. Element should be good, but without Amendola, the offensive line trying to figure out some stuff, the offense could struggle. But 3 wins because of this defense. Okay,
Mr. Schechter, thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to come on the Sports Fusion episode.
Thank you. It was great being on.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Feuzion, you just heard it from him. What he had to say about the Patriots, I have to agree with. I think the Patriots are going to go 3-1. Okay, Feuzion, I'm back here in 5 minutes with Matt Vertame from Fanside News. He's an NFL expert. What does he have to say about the whole NFL and his predictions of all the teams this year? Thank you, Feuzion. I will see you in 5 minutes. Thanks for watching.